Hello everyone. I would like to hear two stories today. The first one is Zhan's reward for protecting spring water. During the Qing dynasty, there lived a man named Zhan who worked in the county government. His home was on the banks of Jing Stream, from which there flowed a spring. The spring water was pure and clear, and the local people relied on it for their daily needs. Therefore, Zhan carefully set a fence around the source of the spring, helping to protect water from becoming polluted by surrounding dirt. One day near the stream, Zhan noticed a white-colored snail. Curious, he picked it up and took it home, where he placed it in a water tank. From then on, Zhan returned home from work each night to find a hot-cooked meal waiting for him in the kitchen. Puzzled, he decided one day to hurry home and check the kitchen. To his great astonishment, Zhan glimpsed a young lady emerging from the snail shell. She entered the kitchen and cooked a meal. He hurriedly walked up to her, much to the young lady's surprise and embarrassment. Seeing that it was too late to slip back into the snail shell, she had no choice but to speak frankly. "I am the goddess of the spring. The dead emperor sent me here to cook for you because you set a fence to protect the spring water. After eating the meals I cook, you will become immortal." Just as she finished her words, the young lady suddenly vanished. Later, sure enough, Zhan became immortal and flew away. From this story, we can understand that all things in the human world, including spring water, are given by gods. And because Zhan protected the spring water out of his pure and good heart, the gods took care of him. Thus, each of us should take responsibility to help protect the natural environment and our world. The second story is the magical bowl of springs. This story took place many years ago in Hebei province. The local people tell the legend of bowl and springs. The spring was located inside the city of Monolith, and it provided plenty of fresh drinking water. One winter, a stranger dressed in red came. He had traveled many miles, and so he was very thirsty. He noticed the spring, so he hurried over and drank a few mouthfuls of water. He immediately felt cool and refreshed. All his fatigue was gone, and he exclaimed, good water, this is an immortal spring." He thought, "The weather here is extremely cold, and everything is covered by snow and ice, but the spring is still flowing freely as though it were summer. It really is magical. I think there must be a special reason behind this, and I will find out what it is." He stayed in a nearby hotel and went to the spring every day. After he had been there a few days, he still hadn't found anything unusual, so he felt a little sad. One night, there was a full moon, and it was very bright outside. He could not fall asleep. He got up, went to the spring, and walked around. Then he returned to his room, soon fell asleep, and began to dream. In his dream, he stood looking at springs and sighed. Suddenly, he saw an handicapped barefoot monk walking towards him. The monk looked so holy that he bowed to him. When he asked the monk about the springs, the monk burst into loud laughter, pointed to the tip of his nose, and said, "Halfway up Kongtang Mountain, you will find a thorny weed, a wooden bowl under a stone, and the source of the springs." After he finished talking, he turned away. The man tried to grab the monk's robe, but instead his hand grabbed something hard and cold, the edge of the bed. When the man woke up, he could not go back to sleep. He recalled what the monk said and stepped outside. He began to walk to Kongtong Mountain. He looked and looked and finally found a wooden bowl under a stone. When he returned to the springs, it was already daybreak. He collected some of the spring's water in a wooden bowl. As soon as he did this, the spring stopped flowing. The stranger carefully carried the bowl of spring water all the way back to the south. When it was daybreak, the villagers came to fetch water and found that the spring was gone. The news spread quickly, and soon everyone in the whole city knew. One elderly man said that early that morning he saw someone carrying a bowl of water walking towards the south. The people urged him to report what he saw to the government official. The local government immediately sent out a team of officers on horseback to catch the stranger. When the stranger noticed the clouds of dust behind him, he realized that the officers had come to catch him. So he turned off the main road onto a small path. The officers saw him, began chasing him. So the strangers ran into nearby fields. He was so terrified that he accidentally dropped the wooden bowl, and the water poured out. On that exact spot, the ground cracked open, and water began to flow, becoming a clear spring. To this day, the local people talk about a bowl of springs. This story shows that the clear water and sweet springs bestowed upon humankind by heaven are a sign of its care and love. In the first story, Zhan's meticulous protection of spring purity earned him heaven's special appreciation and concern. We all know that the beautiful natural environment on earth is a gift from God, and protecting it is our responsibility. Thank you very much for listening to the story. More touching stories will be ready for you if you just subscribe it. Thank you again.